Friends, at the outset, my apologies for coming late. I was held up in the national conference of AIF. I had to inaugurate the delegate session. So my apologies for coming late. Friends, I take this opportunity to give my party's views on certain issues at national level. Very soon, we will have elections in 5 states: Punjab, Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Manipur, and Goa. The public mood, the people's mood in all these states is definitely against BJP. That is one reason why Mr. Modi, Mr. Amit Shah, and all BJP RSS leaders are getting desperate. They are getting rattled because there is anger against the Modi government, and people are extremely angry, unhappy with the way the Modi government is working today. If BJP is defeated in the forthcoming elections, definitely that is going to indicate the future of the country and the outcome of the 2024 parliament elections. We hope, while people defeat BJP in all these 5 states, they will pave the way for the booster of Modi government at Delhi. This is how we visualize the political course. When I say this, the role of opposition parties is important. Our party is of the view that all secular, democratic parties and forces, all anti-fascist parties and forces must come together, work together in order to boost BJP, RSS combined from power. Of course, there can be problems from state to state, but the parties, secular democratic parties, which have common position on national issues, must work together, because there is an imperative that India must be saved from the fascist regime of BJP, RSS combined. Our democracy needs to be saved. Our constitution needs to be saved. In fact, our very parliament needs to be saved. What happened in the last session of the parliament? You must be knowing. 12 MPs from different political parties in Rajya Sabha have been suspended. It was really an illegal, unconstitutional act. But Modi government is so offensive, aggressive, it doesn't care for any conventional, constitutional, parliamentary practices. Thereby, it makes the parliament becoming redundant. Parliament is getting redundant. If parliament becomes redundant, what remains? Democracy will die. If democracy dies, then what happens to our people and to the constitution? So BJP RSS combined has been subverting our constitution, subverting our democratic polity, subverting our parliamentary system. This is a very serious, grave threat, and we will have to fight against this threat. That is where my party, our party, the Communist Party of India, appeals to all secular democratic parties and forces to realize this grave threat and come together and fight against this menace. For instance, the Indian Constitution makes it clear India is a country where the system of governance must be federal. But now, under Modi's regime, all powers are being centralized. The rights of the state governments are snatched. The voice of the state governments, the resolutions of the state assemblies do not matter for Mr. Modi and his government. So federalism, the federal system of governance, it is at stake. For instance, the 3 farm laws were enacted after the united, consistent agitation launched by farmers for more than 1 year. Modi had to kneel down and agreed to repeal these 3 farm laws. The point is, agriculture is on the concurrent list, but no consultation with state governments, no attempt to find a consensus. Modi government unanimously took the decision. Even after that, several state assemblies passed resolution. Modi government did not bother. The farmers continued their agitation. The unity of the farmers, the determination of the farmers finally forced Modi to climb down from his arrogant position and agreed for repealing of these 3 farm laws. Now, on the question of GST, many state governments are asking for their dues, but the union government is not releasing funds which are due to the state governments. I was part of the GST parliamentary committee when I was in parliament. I gave a dissent note along with the CPM member. GST doesn't mean one nation, one tax, thereby creating one market, common market for corporate houses. GST should not be used to undermine fiscal federalism. GST should not be used to snatch away the financial powers of the state governments. So this is one classic case. Federalism is in case how Modi government is undermining the very system of governance. Mr. Modi once spoke about minimum government, maximum governance. But during this period, we could understand it is not minimum government. It has become government of their own. The government controlled by RSS. The governance has become misgovernance. Modi rule has become misrule, and this is causing huge damage to our political system, and our party has been consistently fighting against these retrograde policies of Modi government, and our party is standing with the state governments who raise their voice against BJP RSS combined, against the union government, for the rights of the state, for the rights of the people of the state, because this is a major issue today. The other issues, you know what is our party's position. We have been fighting along with farmers against these three farm laws. We have been consistent in supporting the farmers. Now, the Modi government is privatizing all public sector undertakings. Public sector undertakings, I mean everything from airports to seaports, from railways to highways, all are being privatized. And this privatization continues. It is the way how the corporate houses, big business houses, are going to loot the assets of the people, the wealth of the nation. Against this privatization, all sections of the working people are agitating, fighting. Last month, we witnessed bank employees strike. Next month, February, we are going to witness the national strike by the central trade unions. All central trade unions unitedly have given the call for nationwide strike. Our party stands with the working people and supports their strike call. And in the coming days, country is going to witness series of struggles. 2022 is going to be year of struggles, campaigns in order to dislodge BJP RSS combined from power and to save the nation, save the constitution and save the democracy.
Sir, how is the role of CPI tri-state election? This tri-state?
No, our party has been working to evolve a suitable, appropriate electoral tactics to consolidate the anti-BJP votes, and our concern or our objective in these elections is to defeat BJP. Accordingly, parties must come together and have some understanding, adjustments, that we are working on that.
In the present political scenario, whether this, what you are talking about, opposition parties in India, is that possible? Because so much of differences even in the national level and state level parties.
Who?
Between the parties, different parties. Is that what you are advocating?
No. Yeah, all political parties are independent parties. They have their own policies, programs. All said and done, all parties must rework their strategies, their programs in the emerging situation. The situation that prevails today are going to emerge in the coming days is a challenge to all the political parties, not only the CPI and other left parties, but to all the other parties, because what is at stake is very democracy. the very constitution. If we lose our democracy, if we lose the present constitution, which is a republican constitution, we have nothing but fascism. This is what we should understand. The other thing, now people are aspiring for a change, and in fact, the aspiration is growing in favor of left-oriented change also. Latin America, the recent elections have shown how the young people play an important role in order to make a change in their social life. Same thing in India. People are asserting, people are fighting for a classless society, for social justice, equality. All these questions are going to become very critical in the coming days.
But on the other hand, BJP also confident of winning the UP and other elections.
No, BJP, you are right. BJP is trying to spread such a narrative. Because in India, I understand, BJP is one political party which has huge number of social media activists. They are all paid activists. The recent revelation by The Wire has exposed how BJP works. Because they think they can hijack the thinking of the people. They can condition the thinking of the people by using such social media offensive. Not only that, BJP has huge money power. In India, that is the richest political party. In the name of electoral bonds, BJP has garnered the corporate funds in their power. The other thing, BJP being in power tries to use all constitutional bodies, whether it is ED or this IT information, income tax authorities, then CBI also. So it is using all constitutional bodies, which are supposed to be independent bodies, neutral bodies. But under Modi's regime, we find all these institutions are being used in their favor. Even one can say, even the office of governors is used for their politics, and there are confrontations in many states. So BJP thinks by all these means, by all these manipulations, it can win. But finally, people cannot be taken for granted. People have their own experience. So our party thinks people through their own experience must have realized how bad the BJP government is. That's what we think.
Sir, how did BJP take Modi visit the Punjab so seriously? Punjab visit Modi.
No, it is all in media. It is before judiciary also. But what I am trying to point out, Prime Minister is Prime Minister, whoever may be. Prime Minister is head of the government. The security of the Prime Minister is organized, planned by SPG and Home Ministry. But if there was any lapse, who should be held responsible? Home Ministry must be held responsible. The PMO must own up, answer to the country and people. And It is of no use. There are different versions coming in public domain, and farmers say they have not gone to that extent. But BJP workers were around the Prime Minister. Nobody is clear now. But the fundamental issue is who is managing the security of the Prime Minister? How such a lapse could happen? If at all there was lapse, how it could happen? What was the intelligence agencies were doing? All these questions must be answered by PMO and Home Ministry.
Okay?
Okay.
Okay, thank you, friends. I'm sir.
Next question.
మిత్రులారా